What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. We got a jam-packed show. So like the video as the intro plays, because we got a lot to get into and we do not have a lot of time.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. That's all. 1 and 1 got to equal 2.
Well, it makes no sense to me.
Big moves. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
She lied, and I should have known better when I seen her hair.
Ms. Reese, I got to feel you were somewhat worried.
Somebody, you guys think that I don't see what you say, and I don't see what everybody says, but somebody requested that one about a week ago, and I said, let me go find that one. So I don't remember exactly who it was, but that one was for you. And for those of you guys who are newer to the channel, apparently the lady with the hair, a straight shooter, knows her, and they say she's a really nice lady. I don't know. But that was for you, straight shooter, whoever you were. No, I'm not drunk. There's not even any liquor in this. Somebody said, are you drunk? There's not even any liquor in the cup. Anyway, let's get right into the mess. I do not know what is going on with Netta and Charles. They are all over every blog. Shout out to Larry Reed, who did an interview with them maybe a couple days ago now, in which he said he would help them. I personally think, and maybe I used the wrong verbiage, I feel like Netta and Charles have some challenges. And I feel like people are definitely taking advantage of them. So Larry offered to help them get new management. So shout out to him for that. I don't know what the correct terminology is. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not even Ianla. But I do think that they have some challenges and people have taken advantage of them. Somebody said we're sick of them. In the messy stuff that we're going to talk about, this is Charles really quickly punching a shed.
Let's just say the level of that increased. It's to the point where now some shit need to be taken care of. And like I said, please bring your ass down. Please do. Bring your ass to fucking Dallas. As a matter of fact, don't meet us there. Beat us there.
So he's talking about his manager. I don't get it. Is it because I'm not on TikTok? Maybe I'm missing something.
Okay? So understand this here. The moment I see you, I don't give a fuck who you with or who's by your side. Just know the moment I see you, your ass better.
And I'll just leave it at that. They have been getting hated on. Somebody, now y'all know I love the Petty King. I don't know if this is Miss Netta or Bill Cosby. I don't know if they mixed a photo of Cosby and Netta. I don't know what's going on, but I know this was a mess. I just really don't know. I just really don't know. I feel okay, so I feel as though Netta and Charles became extremely well known extremely quickly. And that level of, I wouldn't say celebrity, I would say infamy, I would say they are known. Finding out how to monetize your newfound fame or whatever you want to call it can be difficult. And if you are not like set up for success through the right management, through the right attorney, through people who aren't trying just to like use you, it can be treacherous. So hopefully they figure it out quick. Hopefully they figure it out quick. Before, you know, we only have a finite amount of time to make something pop off. And they turn nothing into something, but this ain't it. Woah Vicky.
Trump 2024. Y'all already know who we voting for. Vote for my uncle. Period. Trump 2024. Trump say the USA.
Now, if you don't know who this woman is, good for you. I wish I didn't know who she was. Woah Vicky was internet sensation because the way she talks. I also think she has some challenges. Most recently, she found Jesus. I don't know if this is a I found Jesus type of outfit. You know, the Lord says, come as you are. But if you don't know who she is now suing Zeus Network and Krishan Rock because during a fight sequence on Zeus, this woman is telling the raging bull, Krishan, Jesus loves you. I might think twice about talking crazy to Krishan. This woman got mollywopped by Krishan and then decided to sue even though she was on Zeus. How she got the money to rent a Rolls Royce for this, I don't know. Maybe Simon gave this to her. Either way it goes, please fade into obscurity, Woah Vicky. She still puts on her black accent. The ghetto. The ghetto. The ghetto. Fade into obscurity, Woah Vicky. This is our last messy topic. This is our last one. It's a whole lot of mess going on. I haven't been on for a couple of days. Judge rules that NFL star Tyreek Hill is the father of a baby girl born in 2023, bringing his total to 3 babies in 1 year by 3 different women. Tyreek is currently expecting with his wife. Baby mama number 1, Kimberly Baker. Baby mama number 2, Camille Vallam. Now, Camille was the surprise to me. I didn't expect there would be any chocolate in the baby mamas with this dude. And baby mama number 3, Brittany Lackner. Now, I don't know Brittany, but Brittany has had so much work done. I don't think Brittany doesn't look human to me. Nothing in these proportions looks humanish. I know that everybody goes for a different aesthetic. I know, if you want to get some work done, I'm here for it. Go for it. Whatever you need to do. But by the time you get to this point, the proportions don't look human. Now, this is from his baby shower with his actual wife. She's cute. But he got with her, then he tried to divorce her, then he impregnated her. So now this brings the total to 4 kids by 4 different women in an 18-month period. Football money don't last that long. Football money is not like, it's not even like baseball money. It's not like basketball money. If you're not getting endorsements as a football star, you're not making enough money. You're not Nick Cannon. Strap it up. Figure it out. Now, I wanted to look into who the wife was. The wife, she has a really angular face. She's a pretty girl, very angular face. Her brother is a former NFL star. She has a twin sister. I don't get it. Why would you still allow yourself to be impregnated by your husband who just tried to divorce you and had 3 babies on you in 1 year?
The ghetto. The ghetto. The ghetto.
This video is sponsored by The Ghetto. Apparently, that's where we're at. This video is sponsored by The Ghetto today. How does this even happen? You're cute. You're not broke. She developed her own business. I don't get it. You can clearly get into places that your other, I don't know, sister wives can't because your brother was already a football star. You could get into these spaces. Is this just the first football player that she got? I don't know. 4 babies in 18 months is crazy. Whether you have the money or not. 4 babies in 18 months that ain't coming out of the same woman is absolutely crazy. Now, if you got 4 kids, maybe you had a baby and then 9 months later you had another baby by the same woman. I get it. 4 by 4 different women in 18 months is crazy. Just saying. Let's get into this. So in terms of Fox Soul, we had quite a conversation about Fox Soul in the members only. Please don't put that stuff in the chat or you will be blocked. That was members only. In terms of Fox Soul, though, at this point, I still feel like something is missing that they're not on. This is just me personally. I also knew what one of the issues was with Armon, but I felt like it was Armon's story to tell. Armon has now told the story, and now we can talk about it. Some of you guys might have seen in the chats where they were saying, you know, there was an accusation about Armon and one of the producers. I never acknowledged any of that stuff because, again, I feel like I'm doing something a little different in terms of content creation. I don't just jump on stories even when I have the information. And sometimes you do things out of respect for the content creators. That was Armon's story to tell, or any of the people who were involved. But Armon has now told it. Shout out to Armon. We're going to listen to part of it really quickly. And actually, we'll talk about a little bit more than just that with Armon, because he said some things in this video that on like narcissists that I thought was pretty interesting. But let's get into part of his issues with Fox Soul or TGIF.
You have all they care about is their ego and themselves. And I'm not saying that you're perfect. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that we don't make mistakes. But at the end of the day, if you feel some type of way, you bring that mistake to me when you feel it. Don't wait till I have there was a lot of lies being told. Many lies. Many lies. I mean, one of the lies, they said that, I was sleeping with a producer on the show. Went and told people that. Said I was on a date with the producer. I went and checked it. Checked the person. Called for a meeting.
So here's the thing. I don't know Armon's personal business like that. I don't personally think Armon was sleeping with the producer, but that is part of the issue as to why Armon felt away. Now, you guys can tell me if you feel like that moves the needle any, but that was part of the reason. And as far as I know, Armon was very vocal that he did not actually do that and was quite upset that that rumor was floating around the streets.
with the head of the programming of the network, they're telling me that I just need to go and contact this person on the side and talk to this person on the side.
What we won't do, Trent, is throw Candy into Candy is flying above the haters, and that means you, Trent. Candy's flying above the haters. No, I'm just playing. Candy did, mess around with Jermaine Dupri. And Mama Joyce was pretty happy because, Jermaine Dupri did have some money. But we're not gonna put Candy in this. This ain't about Candy.
And figured out that way. And I keep telling them, why are you telling me that? I don't want to talk to this person on the side because this person is going to gaslight me into thinking that that's not true. It was another one of our coworkers. When in all actuality, I know that it wasn't, because that coworker ended up telling me that all three of them had a meeting and this particular person ended up bringing this information to the head of the programming. And also, this person that came up with this information, they were pretending to be my friend, pretending to be an ally to me, pretending to be a person that they felt like that I could confide in and trust, and then to try to paint the other person in a negative light. But all the while, tried to set me up and say that I was going on dates and all this with the producers and they were uncomfortable working with me. Completely lied. I mean, text messages and all. I'm reading the text messages from the man setting up the meeting with the management and how he's uncomfortable and this, that, and the third, and how I'm being protected by the supervisor. And when I go and bring that to the manager tells me I should get on the phone call. And I'm thinking to myself, ma'am, I'm not getting on the phone with this person that's pretty much said that they set up a meeting with you, and the same person that they don't like set up a meeting with you and said they're uncomfortable on the show because I have some sort of relationship with one of the producers, which was completely false. And you want me to have a phone call so he can gaslight me and lie to me. And then if I didn't get on the call, this person, the manager was semi-threatening me and saying, basically, if I don't figure it out, if I don't work it out, they're going to have to make other changes, almost insinuating that you're going to have to fire me. So I'm over here like, this woman is really over here gaslighting me to go off. And then when I would go off and get upset, they paint you as angry. They love to gaslight you. And then when you click out, you're angry, you're upset, you're hard to work.
Now, here's the thing. I'm a little surprised. I don't know why everybody seems to be like tiptoeing. And y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. If there are text messages, voice notes, audio, anything, why not just put it out? The show is over. Everybody has some type of proof. I don't understand why not, just put it out. And the video that Armon did this in, I do think you guys should check it out because he said some things regarding narcissists. He said some things regarding people who try to gaslight you. And I felt like he was, for the most part, right. Like, I was like, okay, I agree with that. Okay, I agree with that. Okay, I agree with that. Oh, I hadn't looked at it like that. It was a really good video. I'm surprised that he did not choose to package the video with, here are the receipts. Now, I actually don't know Armon at all. And, I've seen some of his stuff. I definitely saw when he burned Jason Lee's book live on air. But, from what I've been told about Armon more recently, he's somewhat like changing and going into more of a conscious type channel where he still does his like rap stuff and hot topics. But this video I really liked. I just didn't quite understand why he packaged it the way that he did. Maybe it's him still moving on a different path. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know what Armon's fan base is called, but this was part of the issue. Armon's issue was not the entire issue that got Fox Soul or TGIF specifically canceled. That's not the case, but this was part of the issue that Armon had. It was what was being put out on the streets, and he wanted people to know that he was not, messing with the producer.
Wait, you're a crash out. No. These people don't like to take accountability. These people see you as a target, and for whatever reason, they see you as a strong leader. They see you as someone that is superior, honestly. And they try to break you down, and they try to make you look crazy so then that they can build their ego and they can feel better about themselves. That's what gaslighters do.
I'll say this much. He said basically, like, if I have a problem with you and I bring it to you and the first thing you do is tell me that you had a problem with me, and now I'm in a space where I'm having to apologize to you when I brought something to you, it's not fair. And at the surface, I absolutely agree with him. I cannot take somebody who waits until I speak up to then speak up, because now we're tit for tat. I'm with Armon when he says, just bring me your issue with me at the time that is an issue. I will say this, though, having dealt with people who are like that, not everybody is a direct person. Some people will hold things in for the sake of peace. And whereas I'm a direct person, I'm just going to say it. Everybody's not. And what we have to learn to do is not expect that everybody is going to think like you, behave like you, or do things on a timeline that you would have done. So although I agree with Armon, I'm not the person, don't tit for tat with me. Just put it out there. We have to also acknowledge everybody isn't like that. And some people might hold things in, and then they feel like, well, if we're having an open conversation, now is the time where I'm going to say it. So anyway, I thought that was really dope. A very introspective conversation that he had, not just where he told us the tea, but also where he was just talking about, gaslighting and narcissism and stuff like that. Jessica says, Mims, Diddy's son's arrested. Wait, what? Wait, this video might be taking a turn. Let's see. Send me a link where you're seeing this on send me a link where you're seeing this, Jessica, to make it make sense now. I'm not seeing it, and I didn't get any hits on it. Let's see. I'm not seeing. Jessica, send me the link. Send it to Make It Make Sense Now on Instagram. Let's see. I'm only seeing the Alec Baldwin stuff. Yeah, Jessica, I'm not seeing it. Now, y'all, Jessica is in Australia, so maybe Jessica knows something that we don't. Maybe some stuff popped off in Australia first. I just don't see it. Oh, okay. Jessica says she's sending it. Okay. Let's see. Not Jessica is breaking the news, y'all. Okay, let's see. Let's continue on though. And then once it comes in, Jessica, we'll move to that. For now, let's get into Alec Baldwin. Jessica says she's seen it on live. Live on what? On your news? Again, Jessica is from Australia, so maybe she's seeing something. Are we done with Armon? Well, that was it. He told us what his reasoning was. He did not go into depth where he's going to say he's going to, drop receipts. Maybe that will come later, but he did acknowledge that the rumor that set him off was that he was allegedly messing with the producer, and he has said under no terms. Was that correct? But okay, let's move on. Judge dismisses charges against Alec Baldwin after defense alleges government misconduct. Before we even start, I did not feel like Alec Baldwin technically did that on purpose. I definitely never felt like he did this on purpose. I just feel like if somebody hands you a prop pow, and you shoot that prop pow, but it says, in a stunning move Friday, Judge Mary Marlowe Summer dismissed the involuntary manslaughter charge against actor Alec Baldwin in the 2021 death of cinematographer Halen Hutchins on the set of the Western film Rust. Baldwin's attorney had filed a motion to dismiss the claim, arguing misconduct by state investigators in not properly disclosing evidence in the case. The judge agreed the state improperly disclosed evidence to the defense and dismissed the case with prejudice, meaning it cannot be brought again. There's no way for the court to right this wrong, she said. Baldwin could be seen crying as the decision was announced, and he immediately hugged his wife Hilaria as court was excused for the day. The decision came after a chaotic hearing Friday, just a few days into Baldwin's involuntary manslaughter trial related to the fatal shooting of Hutchins on October 21st, 2021, on the New Mexico set of the film Rust. Baldwin had pleaded not guilty and could have faced up to 18 months in prison. Baldwin was practicing a cross draw, pulling a gun from a holster on the opposite side of his body from his draw hand with a prop gun when it fired a live round, killing Hutchins and injuring director Joel Souza. Testimony was halted by the judge Friday, who sent the jury home for the day as she considered a motion by the actor's legal team to have the case thrown out based on allegations prosecutors did not properly turn over evidence. Did we ever find out who put the bullet in the gun? Jessica says this is being reported on Now, not Original Raid. I'm trying to find the news link. Okay, let me know. We'll be up here for a minute. While we're at it, while Jessica's getting her stuff, definitely hit the like button. We got, I don't even know how many people we have. We got 2,600 watching. We don't even have 1,000 likes, y'all. Definitely hit that like button. In a court day earlier, a crime scene technician testified that a man had delivered some ammunition to the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office in March after the conviction of Rust armorer Hannah Gutierrez Reed. The man, Troy Teskey, a retired police officer and friend of the armorer's father, told investigators he believed the ammunition could be associated with the Rust incident. Crime scene technician Marissa Popel testified. However, the technician testified the items were cataloged separately from Baldwin's case and were not included in the Rust case inventory or tested to see if they matched the lethal round. Baldwin's team argued prosecutors did not properly disclose the evidence to the defense and asked for the case to be dismissed. In response, prosecutor Carrie Morrissey said investigators determined the ammunition was not a match to those found on the Rust set and had no evidentiary value to the case. This was a wild goose chase. In a very unusual development, Judge Marie Marlowe Summer asked for Popple to be called back to the stand to discuss the rounds outside the presence of the jury. The witness, judge, and attorneys all donned blue gloves and gathered around a table in the center of the courtroom where the envelope holding the rounds was unsealed and examined by the judge to determine whether it matches the rounds recovered from the film set. The courtroom was silent and thick with tension as the judge compared the rounds. The judge ordered additional witnesses to testify before she renders a ruling on Baldwin's motion to dismiss the case. The case has been marked by years-long fits and starts with turnovers in prosecutors, a prosecution stalled by questions surrounding the integrity of the evidence, and a steady spate of motions from Baldwin's team attempting to get the charge thrown out. Look at his brother in the background. Somebody gonna say, okay, now that he's innocent, can we get him back on Saturday Night Live to play Trump? People are so unserious. I was kind of thinking that. Who made the judge a subject matter expert on Pow Pows? However, the defense blamed the film's armor and the first assistant director, jointly in charge of firearm safety on set, for allowing a real bullet to be loaded into the prop gun and failing to make it safe before it reached Baldwin. This was an unspeakable tragedy, but Alec Baldwin committed no crime. He was an actor, acting, playing the role of Harlan Rust. These cardinal rules are not cardinal rules on a movie set. So the case got dismissed, y'all. I just don't feel like, I mean, maybe like involuntary manslaughter. I don't know. I didn't really feel like he should have been charged. I felt like whoever loaded the actual bullet into a prop gun needed to be charged. D. Jackson said he already paid the family. Plus, whenever you have a production like that, there is insurance. So Alec paying them and then insurance paying them, although that will never make up for, the young lady, I don't feel like Alec Baldwin really went in there trying to get this lady. Measure Man said, make it make sense. Is this what Messy Sweet Spot was talking about last night? Charles straight gangster now. I don't know what the hell is going on with Netta and Charles. But I was in that Messy Sweet Spot live acting the fool like I normally do. And shout out to Gigi. Because I was a mess. But I don't know what's going to go on with Netta and Charles. Hopefully Larry Reid can get them the right people who will help them. Netta technically should have multiple cookbooks. I don't know why she did a song. That doesn't make sense to me. But if I were to market Netta and everything that she does is about food, I probably would have had her done very inexpensive cookbooks that could be sold on TikTok Live. I mean, what else could Netta do? Also, people love to talk about how Netta looks. I don't agree with the people who gave Netta weight loss surgery and who did Charles surgery and they just put abdominals over fat. That's why I think that maybe they have some challenges and they just don't know. I don't think they should be giving them cheap veneers, but I think, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, a lot of people talk about the way Netta looks. Some of us do have issues with our skin. If Netta, who is as known as Netta is, got with the right dermatologist who had a line of products that were made to help people with Netta's skin sensitivities, and Netta got her skin cleared up, Netta could make $1 million. And that person who marketed Netta correctly could make $1 million. So that's like, it's not too hard. A manager would not have to go too hard to market Netta. She is very well known. And one of her things that people talk about is her skin. You get her with Poor Star or one of these people who do these, they work miracles with skin that is, what would you call that? Like when you have skin irritations and skin issues, if Netta could get her skin cleared up, that's the direction whoever works with her needs to take with her. But anyway, I digress. Let's see if Jessica's stuff came through yet. Jessica, I'm not seeing it yet. Nope, nothing came through. Let's move on to 50 and Daphne. So you guys remember when all the Diddy stuff broke and Lil Rod came out and said that Daphne Joy was one of Diddy's concubines, and 50 Cent came out calling her that little sex worker you little sex worker you. She didn't like it. So she made an allegation that 50 had, R-worded her. Y'all remember that? It was just a couple months ago. It says Daphne Joy deletes 50 Cent's R-word abuse claim amid defamation lawsuit. We'll start with what they said first. An interesting development between Daphne Joy and 50 Cent. She scrubbed her social media posts accusing him of the R-word amid the rapper's ongoing lawsuit over that very post. Here's the deal. Daphne, the mother to 50 Cent's son, Sire, publicly accused the rapper of R-wording her and physically abusing her in March of 2018. 50 immediately denied the claim, and then in May, he sued her for defamation. This is what she said. Curtis James Jackson, everything is a joke to you until our safety is compromised, which is happening now. You are wreaking real havoc. You are wreaking real havoc, frenzy, and chaos onto people's lives. How would you feel if Sire was one in handcuffs for nothing? Now, I did think that was a little bit low. We're not talking about the son. We're talking about your involvement as as Diddy's alleged concubine. This don't have nothing to do with the son and everything to do with you getting it in with your baby daddy's mortal enemy. Allegedly for money. Don't put your son in this.
No, ma'am.
We moved to New York to give you the opportunity to be a father to your son, and you saw him 10 times out of the 2 years that we lived there, 1 mile away from you. I am tired of upholding and protecting an image to our son that you have never, ever earned. Let's put the real focus on your true evil actions of R-wording me and physically abusing me. You are no longer my oppressor, and my God will handle you from this point on. Now, it is very interesting that we have Daphne Joy basically coming to the defense of Diddy against 50. Now, I did pull up a court case because y'all know I'm nosy, and there was a court case where 50 Cent had broke her door. They had like some type of, argument or something. I did not see, and somebody else who saw this, you could correct me if I'm wrong, I did not see where it said that he physically put his hands on her, but he broke her door to get inside her apartment. I feel like this. I can't say personally if 50 did or did not do that to that woman. That is, only 2 people were allegedly in that room if it took place. What I can say is I'm not with tit for tat accusations like that. If you wanted to come out and say, you are an abuse victim, I get it. But he's poking fun at you for you messing around with his mortal enemy at a time when his mortal enemy was going down, and you come back with, you R-worded me. I don't know. That I can't say if it happened or not, but when you put it in that kind of context, I don't really know what to do with that. And now that she scrubbed it, it says, now Daphne's post has been deleted from her official IG account. It's unclear exactly when she took it down or why, but it's gone. Sources familiar with the situation tell TMZ Daphne removing the post has nothing to do with 50 Cent's lawsuit. We're told there's been no settlement and he's moving forward with the case. Daphne made the R-word claim against 50 in the wake of a lawsuit filed against Diddy, in which Daphne was accused of being a sex worker for Diddy. 50 Cent reacted on Instagram by posting captions like, I didn't know you was a little sex worker. You little sex worker, you. LOL. She's very pretty. Following that allegation she was once a sex worker, 50 filed to get custody of Sire from Daphne. The court has yet to decide on that matter. Now, this was the update. It said a source close to Daphne Joy is providing some clarity, telling TMZ she deleted the R-word allegation post in an attempt to smooth things over with 50 Cent for the sake of their son. It appears 50 has also taken down his post about Daphne. I'm all for co-parenting, but after you accuse somebody of being an R-word, I don't know. I don't know how, and you're not co-parent don't have anything to do with the fact that you accuse that man of taking advantage of you in that way. If that's the case, speak your truth. he didn't. He just repeated what Little Rod said. Little Rod accused her of being a sex worker. He just poked fun. You little sex worker. You know how Diddy, I mean, how 50 Cent is. He's like a troll. I don't know how this is going to pan out. I'm sure we'll hear about it as soon as the case goes to court. It says, we've learned Daphne's hired attorney, Mark Vincent Kaplan, which is a big-time attorney, and reached out to him for comment, but no word back. Now, y'all, I don't really like this man. We all know that Kevin Hart is being sued by his former friend. I got the complaint. We're not going to review the whole complaint, but I do think that some parts are interesting. So if you don't remember, Kevin Hart had a friend who basically, let me cut the bull. This is what I think happened with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart can't keep it in his pants. Kevin Hart's wife doesn't really care, but Kevin Hart, to some degree, is in family movies, very family-friendly movies, and Kevin Hart was concerned about his career. Let me put my banner up. However, Kevin can't keep his little Kevin in his pants. We've seen stuff where he was in the backseat of some car in Miami. We've seen another thing where this lawsuit is involved. Kevin Hart is basically sabotaging his own family-friendly career. Long story short, Kevin Hart puts out a tweet. Let me see if I can find it. He puts out a tweet basically saying, my heart is broken. I'm in awe. Let me see if I can just pull that up really quickly. I don't want to read this whole thing. I don't feel like we have to. It's interesting, but I don't feel like we need to read this. You guys can put it in the chat or in the comments if you actually want me to read this whole new Kevin Hart lawsuit. But I can tell you, I just kind of want to give you my thoughts on this. I think it's bullshit. I think that for Kevin, once he knew that this X tape was about to come out, it's easier for him, or it's more digestible if he becomes the victim. If Kevin Hart says, oh my God, I just got betrayed by my friend who I love so much and I can't believe this, and now I'm part of an extortion, it's one of those things, look over here, don't look over here. So when the young man got exonerated because his house was raided, they felt like he was about to extort Kevin Hart. This is, let's see. On April 27, 2018, Hart claimed to have received an extortion email from Juan Carlos Yepes demanding 20 Bitcoins to prevent the release of a sex tape, which had already been publicly released 8 months earlier. The email included highly inflammatory accusations of molestation and attempted R-word. The content of the email is as follows from Juan Carlos Yepes. Subject, your sex tape. We have your sex tape. We all know about the molestation and attempted R-word. For the first and last time, I hereby instruct you to send 20 Bitcoins to the Bitcoin address. We will email to inform you within half an hour of transaction where to collect the copy, and we shall destroy all of the copies we have. We promise we shall never share with Aniko or anybody else. We shall not distribute this material whatsoever. This email is also a non-disclosure agreement. Now that is bold. How are you extorting somebody and saying that you have now signed a non-disclosure? That's bold. Juan Carlos, I'm sick of your shit already. How you go?
I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
I'm sick of him. This is non-negotiable. We are saving you divorce dime, man. Wait, this is non-negotiable. We are saving you divorce dime, man. Comply by Tuesday, 1st of May 2018. El Jefe. Hart was the supposed initial recipient of the extortion email and authenticated it by forwarding it to his legal team. However, Hart and his legal team did not provide any original authentic evidence of the alleged 2017-2018 extortion email until May of 2019, over a year later. Despite the lack of timely and credible evidence, plaintiff was arrested on April 30th, 2018 and prosecuted based on this alleged email, facing 2 charges: 1 count, attempted extortion by threatening letter, and count 2, attempted extortion. During plaintiff's arrest on April 13, 2018, a voice recording captured DA investigator specifically stating that plaintiff was responsible for the extortion email that Hart had allegedly received on April of 2018. This statement underscored the centrality of the fabricated email in justifying plaintiff's arrest and prosecution. Without the evidence, how do you know that this man did it? In a transcript from May 22, 2019 interview, Hart confirmed that he initially received and authenticated the April 27, 2018 extortion email by forwarding it to his legal representatives. These legal representatives then forwarded it to the DA. Strangely, the extortion email, which Hart claimed to have received and forwarded to his legal team, was subsequently forwarded to the DA's office, lacked any forwarding headers. Forwarding headers are essential for verifying the chain of custody and authenticity of an email. The absence of these headers within the extortion email further undermined its credibility and strongly suggests that it was not an authentic forwarded email, but rather a document that had been purportedly created or manipulated. Kevin. And this was Kevin's best friend of 15 years? How you gonna say that you authenticated it through your legal team, forwarding it to the police? The police are saying without any of the normal, what's the term I'm looking for? When you do things in a specific order, forensics, without any of the normal forensics to show proof, because anytime you send something from a computer, it can be traced. Anytime you send something, you can trace shit from a typewriter. The fact that they crucified this man in the press, who was a working actor up until the time that Kevin did this, is horrible. So he got locked up and then everything was dismissed because nothing could be proven. But then I want to see exactly what Kevin was supposed to say to him. Let's see. Before all criminal charges were dismissed, plaintiff was diligently preparing to restore his reputation in the aftermath of the anticipated dismissal of the charges. As the prospect of exoneration loomed, it was Hart, not plaintiff, who proactively engaged in discussions about entering into the subject contract, as Hart realized the pivotal significance of plaintiff's vindication and its potential public perception impact. Meaning now that he can't put this on his friend, he's effed. So now he's like, well, let's work something out. In April 2021, Hart's lawyer approached plaintiff's lawyer with the proposal to have the charges against plaintiff dismissed. However, Hart's offer was contingent upon plaintiff agreeing not to engage in any media activities proclaiming his innocence or criticizing Hart, and plaintiff would need to sign a confidentiality agreement to ensure his silence, which would carry penalties if violated. This proposal underscores Hart's intent to manipulate the legal process and public narrative to his advantage. July 2021, Hart and his company, Heartbeat, entered into the contract with plaintiff. This contract obligated Hart to actively seek the dismissal of the remaining criminal charges against plaintiff, issue a powerful public statement proclaiming plaintiff's innocent. Remember, he said that the guy wasn't allowed to do media and he wasn't allowed to speak poorly about Kevin. Hart was required to inform the Los Angeles County DA's office that he had no interest in the continued prosecution of plaintiff. The wording of Hart's statement, which was meticulously negotiated and detailed in the contract, was absolutely crucial to repairing and remediating the severe damage inflicted upon plaintiff's reputation by the baseless extortion allegations that Hart aggressively promoted and publicized. Due to the defamatory statements made in Hart's Netflix docuseries, Don't F This Up, Plaintiff's reputation had suffered significant harm. Let me see if we can get to it. Okay, here we go. Within 30 days following the execution and delivery of this agreement by all parties, Kevin Hart shall inform the state of California that he has no interest or desire in the continued criminal prosecution of Jackson. In addition, within 30 days following the dismissal criminal charges against Jackson, Kevin Hart shall post a video on his Instagram account, Kevin Hart for Real, and leave the video posted up on his account for at least 24 hours with Kevin Hart stating the following verbiage. Now, this was kind of funny, you guys. This is kind of funny. The last 3 years of my life definitely seen its share of ups and downs, and it's put me in a position where I've dealt with a legal matter I cannot speak on or talk about because it was undefined and there was a high level of unknown, and I'm happy I can now speak on the incident, which cost me a very valuable friendship. I lost someone close to me that I loved and still have very much love for, or high levels of love for, and I'm proud to say that all charges against JT Jackson have been dropped, and he is not guilty and had nothing to do with it. And this matter at hand that once was so tough to deal with and so heavy for me and my household is now put to bed. It's very interesting that he needed to say somebody that I still have very much love for or high levels of love for. That was weird, but okay. It said Hart willfully deviated from the prescribed verbiage during his highly publicized statement on October 27, 2021, broadcast through his expansive Instagram platform. This is what he actually said. What up, world? Happy Tuesday. Coming at you on a hot, beautiful Tuesday morning. Look, there's no secret my life has had its share of ups and downs. It's definitely has not proud of the downs at all, but of course, that's life happen. That's life, things happen. It's our job to adjust. When they do, one of those things that I had to just adjust from was a situation that involved a friend, Jonathan JT Jackson. When he was charged in the case, and JT Jackson has recently been found not guilty, which he wasn't found not guilty, the charges were dropped. And those charges have been dropped against him. I can finally speak on what I once couldn't. I couldn't do it because the legal process, they kind of put a fork in the road between he and I, and our relationship was lost. But I'm glad that now only can I finally speak on it, but I can say I'm happy that the chapter of my life is over. What happened to how much you love him? What happened to all that? I'm happy that we were able to put a period of that sentence, and I'm excited to get back to life as we once knew it. I want to get back to life as I once knew it and put that behind me and move on. This message is about moving on. It's over. It's over, and I'm happy that it's over. Live, love, and laugh. Okay, it's that simple. Out. Y'all, that is not what he actually was supposed to say. To me, Kevin's statement was more of a, I'm moving on with my life, not I just jacked up this man's life. Let's see. Negla says, why was he trusting anyone? How old is he? Who are you talking about? I'm sorry, I didn't get to these sooner. DeAndre, if white privilege was a person, hey, Alex. Miss Main tips. Emily D. Baker usually follows celebrity cases. I just left from her live. She does live court cases from the courtroom. Miss Main, I actually met Emily D. Baker. I met her last year. She was a really nice lady. I do watch her channel. I've been supporting her since, I want to say she was at maybe like 40 or 50,000 subscribers. Her channel has blown up, and she deserves all of it. She deserves as much continued success. I really like her. Negla, thank you for gifting a membership. I appreciate you. Booty Butter, you're back. Booty Butter says, to fix Netta, we need duct tape and the devil's prayer. Who is Booty Butter? Who is Booty Butter? Negla, Booty Butter is our Marilyn McCool. Who is Booty Butter? We got to figure that out. And be blessed. Hit the like, family. Yeah, we got like 2,600 in the chat. Definitely hit that like button, guys. Let's see. Where are we on likes? Guys, I still didn't see anything about I still didn't see anything about Diddy's son getting arrested. Not y'all are pumping up Booty Butter's head. I don't really need to read the rest of this. Kevin did not do what Kevin was supposed to do for the wrong that was afflicted on his friend. His friend has not had a career since, and I think his friend deserves the money. So if you guys want me to, I'll read the whole thing, but I don't really think we need to get into all of it. Either way, I got to run. I will definitely see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. And we didn't even get to all the stories. Stay safe. I'll see y'all tomorrow.